on it like surging flood and smash it to the ground. The proud city of Samaria, the glorious crown of the drunks of Israel, will be trampled beneath its enemies' feet. It sits at the head of a fertile valley, but its glorious beauty will fade like a flower. Whoever sees it will snatch it up, and an early fig is quickly picked and eaten, as an early fig is quickly picked and eaten. Then at last the Lord of heaven's armies will himself be Israel's glorious crown. He will be the pride and joy of the remnant of his people. He will give a longing for justice to their judges. He will give great courage to the warriors who stand at the gates. Now, however, Israel is led by drunks who reel with wine and stagger with alcohol. The priests and prophets stagger with alcohol and lose themselves in wine. They reel when they see visions and stagger as they render decisions. Their tables are covered with vomit. Filth is everywhere. Who does the Lord think we are? They ask. Why does he speak to us like this? Are we little children, just recently weaned? He tells us everything over and over, one line at a time, a little here and a little there. So now God will have to speak to his people through foreign oppressors who speak a strange language. God has told his people, here is a place of rest. Let the weary rest here. This is a place of quiet rest. But they would not listen. So the Lord will spell out his message for them again, one line at a time, one line at a time, a little here and a little there, so that they will stumble and fall. They will be injured, trapped, and captured. Therefore, listen to this message from the Lord. You scoffing rulers in Jerusalem, you boast, we have struck a bargain to cheat death and have made a deal to dodge the grave. The coming destruction can never touch us, for we have built a strong refuge made of lies and deception. Therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Look, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Look, thieves need never be shaken. I will test this. Since your refuge is made of lies, a hailstorm will knock it down. Since it is made of deception, a flood will sweep it away. I will cancel the bargain you made to cheat death, and I will overturn your deal to dodge the grave. When the terrible enemy sweeps through, you will be trampled into the ground. Again and again that flood will come, morning after morning, day and night, until you're carried away. This message will bring terror to the people, to your people. The bed you have made is too short to lie on. The blankets are too narrow to cover you. The Lord will come as he did against the Philistines at Mount Perazim and against the Amorites at Gibeon. He will come to do a strange thing. He will come to do an unusual deed. For the Lord of heaven's armies, has plainly said that he is determined to crush the whole land. So scoff no more, or your punishment will be even greater. Listen to me. Listen and pay close attention. Does a farmer always plow and never sow? If he is forever cultivating the soil and never planting, does he not finally plant his seeds? Black cumin, wheat, barley, and emmer wheat, each in its proper way, and each in its proper place. The farmer knows just what to do, for God has given him understanding. A heavy sledge is never used to thresh black cumin. Rather, it is beaten with a light stick. A threshing wheel is never rolled on cumin. Instead, it is beaten lightly with a flail. Grain for bread is easily crushed, so he doesn't keep on pounding it. He threshes it under the wheels of a cart, but he doesn't pulverize it. The Lord of heaven's armies is a wonderful teacher, and he gives the farmer great wisdom. A message about Jerusalem. What sorrow awaits Ariel, the city of David? Year after year you celebrate your feast, yet I will bring disaster upon you, and there will be much weeping and sorrow. For Jerusalem will become what her name Ariel means, an altar covered with blood. I will be your enemy, surrounding Jerusalem and attacking its walls.
I swear that looks like a 10-year difference.
Build siege towers and destroy it. Then deep from the earth you will speak, from low in the dust your words will come. Your voice will whisper from the ground like a ghost conjuring up from the grave. But suddenly your ruthless enemies will be crushed like the finest of dust. Your many attackers will be driven away like chaff before the wind. Suddenly, in an instant, I, the Lord of heaven's armies, will act for you with thunder and earthquake and great noise, with whirlwind and storm and consuming fire. All the nations fighting against Jerusalem will vanish like a dream. Those who are attacking her walls will vanish like a vision in the night. A hungry person dreams of eating, but wakes up still hungry. A thirsty person dreams of drinking, but is still faint from thirst when morning comes. So it will be with your enemies, with those who attack Mount Zion. Are you amazed and incredulous? Don't believe it? Don't you believe it? Then go ahead and be blind. You are stupid, but not from wine. You stagger, but not from liquor. For the Lord has poured out on you a spirit of deep sleep. He has closed the eyes of your prophets and visionaries. All the future events in this vision are like a sealed book to them. When you give it to those who can read, they will say, "We can't read it because it is sealed." When you give it to those who cannot read, they will say, "We don't know how to read." And so the Lord says, "These people say they are mine. They honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. And their worship of me is nothing but man-made rules, learned by rote." Because of this, I will once again astound these hypocrites with amazing wonders. The wisdom of the wise will pass away, and the intelligence of the intelligent will disappear. What sorrow awaits healed? Those who convict the innocent by their false testimony will disappear. I don't know why, but I needed this. It's okay. I'm trying to get through this last bit and I'm done. Just read what's put on there. That's what's happened. All I can do is what I'm doing. No job that I start is going to pay me enough to get my babies back, pay me enough to get a home, pay me enough to get a lawyer. My only hope is the job that I've had for 5 years. My only hope is trusting like I have in 2017 and now. My only hope is continuing to do my business. As you can see, I've had my bows out, taking pictures. I'll probably do a sale today if somebody would like to purchase. Anything helps. So, it's like you say, "Oh, you should be off TikTok." What else am I going to do? I'm just going to sit here and hope and pray that something happens? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be productive, and I'm going to keep being me and showing that I am genuine, 100% what I say, and that we have been a lot of things wrongfully done to us. And though I didn't think I could make change before this, I do think there will be change from this in the end. Because I have done absolutely nothing against anything that's been asked of me. I have been quiet. I have been obedient. I have tried my best to not out people. I have spoke in plural terms. That way there wasn't nobody being outed. And yet, even though I post the truth, guess what? The person lying on me tries to get me banned. Like they have tried every single video I posted the truth to prove the truth has been removed. Now, you tell me, if you're so honest about somebody and you're so honest about who they are as a person, why would you have every single video removed that shows the truth? Okay, so let me go back to where I was. In that day, the deaf will hear words read from a book, and the blind will see through the gloom and darkness. The humble will be filled with fresh joy from the Lord. The poor will rejoice in the Holy One of Israel. The scoffer will be gone, the arrogant will disappear, and those who plot evil will be killed. Those who convict the innocent by their false testimony will disappear. Those who convict the innocent by their false testimony will disappear. A similar fate awaits those who use trickery to pervert justice and who tell lies to destroy the innocent. What? Has anybody asked anybody to support me? Listen, lovely, Lint Liquor, I know you're a hater, but listen, lovely. When you get on an app or you're on anything, even at church or family gatherings, you don't ask to be celebrated on your anniversary. You don't get asked to be celebrated just because. You don't ask to be celebrated on your birthday. You don't get asked to be celebrated at Christmas, even though you had nothing to do with Jesus' birth or resurrection, but you still receive gifts. You still receive gifts on your birthday. You still receive everything. You don't be like, no. Please don't gift me at all. I'm not deserving. No. And if you were on anything, and you were having something come up, and someone offered to do whatever that they wanted to do, by never you asking, I've never said, Lint Liquor, please support me. Lint Liquor, please send me your money. Lint Liquor, please. So no, you literally are saying to someone, block your blessings because I don't receive blessings like you do. God, please help this person. That is called jealousy. That is called envy. There has not been one time that I have asked for anything from any particular person. I have asked the universe, God, that if people want to help and bless my family, that they do in the ways that they want. That doesn't mean money. It doesn't mean gifts. That can be kind words. That can be friendship. That can be prayers. Prayers is the most underrated thing on this earth. So when I say anything helps, I mean sharing. I mean commenting. Because even though you don't believe me, you're paying me right now. Like, I don't understand if you guys are against TikTok and these people who get on this app and make money, including myself, who put their families out there, who put their businesses out there, who make income from social media. I just don't understand it. I don't. That's like someone coming to you and saying, you shouldn't be a nurse. Nope. Nobody is asking you for your money. Nobody is sending you Cash App requests. Nobody is asking you to look at my GoFundMe. Nobody is asking you to look at my petition. Nobody has asked anything of you. If I say it out loud, it's not asking you in particular. So quit making everything particular about you. You guys, I'm going to turn... did I get bail? Let me ask you a question. Did anybody send me bail money on this app? No, they didn't. So be quite surprised, lovely. They didn't. So be quite deceived. Just because I asked one day for bail money means that I'm a bad person. You could have a ticket that you didn't have a court date for, because guess what? It was a tag expiration by a few days, and I went to court with tags and set up a payment plan for that ticket, and we had moved. Therefore, I wasn't informed about the new court date. So people should be persecuted and judged over a ticket, over a tag ticket that anybody could have, that I got out 3 hours later on. Technically was booked in and booked out at the same time. So I deserve to be persecuted because we get evicted. If you think that any person is going to hire me because of the things these people have done and caused this last year, you're crazy. If you think that anybody is going to just willingly rent to me, you're crazy. That doesn't mean we're bad parents and don't deserve our children. If that's the case, anybody who's going through any troubles deserves to lose their children. Because none of the allegations of neglect of abuse or any medical neglect has stood this last 14 months. You heard it the day of the eviction, them say, there's no neglect, no abuse, but now you're homeless. You also heard them allow me to go to my grandma's that night and sleep on a floor smaller than this room, a hard floor, not a bed. You also seen me tell you guys they came the Monday last, and made a visit and approved it. I had the text messages that show them saying, the worker, they're praying for us, they've been thinking about us, and the only way to get this stopped is a restraining order. When I tell you I have documented almost 90% of every interaction, and I have a case, I'm not lying. There's no reason to lie. And when I have all these people that text me and say, I've gone through this, just listen. No, you haven't. Unless you have been a social media influencer who have been attacked, lied on, defamed, stalked, bullied, threatened, you have not endured it. My case doesn't come from just people calling a few times a year. My case comes from people calling every day. People wasting resources because Tennessee allows such. So if you are against anonymous calling, please call the Department of Children's Services. Please call to make change. Because this could happen to you. If you put yourself online, you are being subjected to be hated. Like I said, if you want the TikTok clout, you better be ready for the TikTok doubt. Because it will come.